I think it's a very important book, and I was looking for it. We're going to be on together on Wednesday at the Newseum in Washington, and I was excited to talk to you about all of the messages in the book about the future of news, because you've decided to look at the New York Times, the Washington Post, BuzzFeed, and Vice, and how they're reckoning with this digital revolution. I wonder if you think it's ironic that it was a Vice reporter who found these examples and called you out.
I don't find it ironic, because I had been given a heads up before the book was published that Vice was very likely sort of waging an oppo campaign against the book.
An oppo campaign?
So, yeah, an oppo campaign, and other, characters in the book were approached by them. So I wasn't surprised. This is what surprised me, though. I gave Vice, from the earliest point, the actual manuscript pages, my little typed manuscript pages for all 3 chapters of Vice. That I gave them way over a month to pore over it.
To fact check.
To fact check, to look at anything, especially that they felt was grossly unfair, that, they felt my judgment was wrong, and had, elaborate back and forth, and then didn't hear from them for the longest time. And then when the galley came out, again, there are mistakes that you didn't correct, but I had corrected all the ones they pointed out. So it just seemed to me something's up here. And I understand why they might not be pleased with the portrait of the company in the book. I actually think it's quite a balanced portrait of Vice. I've had a couple of former Vice employees write me letters of protest saying I sounded like a PR agent for them in the book. So you can never tell, but I was not surprised.
I know that you'd rather not be talking about the allegations of plagiarism. I want to ask you what you want the takeaway from the book to be. Why do you want people to read it?
I want people to read it because I've devoted my career and really my life to digging out the truth and the importance of facts and the difficulty and fragility of quality news in this past decade of digital disruption, when we can see that the very survival of companies like Vice and BuzzFeed are now, endangered because of more digital transformation in a world where Facebook and Google eats up of new digital advertising, 90% of it. And that's been sort of bleeding these companies dry.
But in that world, shouldn't we hold the bar as high as humanly possible, the highest possible standards? And isn't this book an example of failing to do that?
I certainly hope not. I don't think the book itself is a failure. I think the area of footnoting and giving credit is open to criticism. And all I can tell you is any error with some of these citations, I've reached out to the people to make sure that they're not angry, to let them tell me what they think, and to try to explain to them how it happened, as I have with you today.